I want to take a moment to give you a demonstration of how muscle testing works, or applied kinesiology. Applied kinesiology has been around since the 1960s. It was actually started by a chiropractor who worked with Olympian athletes. And it's basically touching different acupuncture points on the body to determine dosing of vitamins and minerals, or if something's out of balance. We use this a lot during appointments, if you come in for an appointment at Abundant Life Wellness, and it helps us to get very specific with the amounts of nutrients that we're going to recommend for individuals to get their immune system strengthened back up. So, Jenna, do you mind coming on over here so I can demonstrate how the process goes? Thank you. Just have a seat right here. The first thing that we will do is to see whether a person's polarity is flowing in the right direction, basically their energy. Because if their energy is not flowing in the right direction, they won't be testable. So even though this process looks simple, there is some very specific things you have to have right when you first start the process. So what I do to check someone's polarity is I will first have them raise their arm. Jenna, can you please just raise your arm? And make sure when I test you that you're keeping your elbow locked, please, and your eyes forward. So whenever I push down, I want you to give me a nice good resist. It's not an arm wrestling move or anything, it's just a nice good resistance, okay? All right, resist. So I will apply a decent amount of pressure on their arm. Then I will check their resistance as I place my hand flat on top of their head. You can actually just hover your hand on top of their head. Okay, Jenna, again, resist. Okay, and she has a nice good level of resistance there. Now, I will flip my hand upside down on top of their head. This actually short circuits the energy, and we'll see what happens when we do that. Okay, Jenna, resist. Okay, so now Jenna's not able to resist me as much. So that way I know that her polarity is flowing in the right direction. Now if I tested somebody and they were just as strong when I did this and did that, then there's a few little techniques I have to do to try to get their polarity rebalanced. Sometimes just tapping on some different glands on their body, on their thymus gland will do it. Sometimes if there's any kind of scarring from accidents or surgeries, that will actually block polarity. And in that regard, I will have them hold a substance to unblock the polarity. Sometimes if they're dehydrated or if they're really low in certain nutrients, that can give them a blocked polarity. And sometimes if their thyroid or their endocrine system's off, their polarity will be blocked. So sometimes I have to get them to hold different substances in their hand to get them rebalanced. But the next thing I will do is actually just touch different acupuncture points to see if there's anything that's lacking that needs to be addressed. Okay, Jenna, can you please give me your arm here again? And I'm going to just touch this point on Jenna. Okay, so that touch point tested weak. So at this point I'm going to grab some nutrients and I'm going to have her hold those nutrients and see if she muscle tests strong. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, Jenna, we're going to start with this one, see how this goes.
Okay.
Okay. So we will start with this nutrient. So you're just going to hold this up against your body, and your body will recognize the energy when you hold something close to the body. Actually, your body will recognize energy that's anything within arm's length of your body, sometimes even further than that. So, okay, we're going to go back and I'm going to retouch that point. Okay, now Jenna tests strong when she holds that one. I'm actually going to take the same exact nutrient in a different amount and show you what it is when we don't have the issue fixed right away. Okay, so we know that one works. Let us get this one. Okay, see if you're strong on this one or weak. Okay. All right, so she's weak on that one, so we now know that that the amount in there or the substance in there is not the nutrient that her body wants. Let's do it with one other one, Jenna. Okay. Let's check this one here. Okay. All right. Resist. Okay. So we know she needs something there. So we're going to go with a vitamin. And I'm going to go with some different amounts. And we'll see which one is the right amount for you. Again, when I'm testing somebody, whatever nutrients I'm testing them with, I make sure they're at least an arm's length away from that person. Okay, Jenna, hold that one. Okay. Okay, so she's not good on that amount, so I'm going to put that off to the side. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, a little stronger, but not strong enough. And go with this amount. Okay, so this is the amount that she's testing strongest on. So I would take this vitamin, I would write it on her vitamin sheet, and the amount that she tested for. So that's a basic demonstration of how muscle testing works. Sometimes we'll spend a whole half hour, the hour and a half appointment with us doing this with different points. It's a big part of what we do when you come for your first appointment. Okay, thank you, Jenna, for your help.
You're welcome.